In news really nobody saw coming, the Minnesota Vikings and superstar left tackle Christian Darrisaw have agreed to a contract extension.
Protecting JJ's blind side for years to come. Here's the details. As you can see, per Tom Pelissero, Darrisaw signs a 4-year, $113 million extension, which comes down to $28.25 million per year, with a whopping $77 million in guarantees.
Based on average annual value, Christian Darrisaw is now the highest paid left tackle in football at $28.25 million per season, beating out Penne, not as good as Darrisaw, Sewell, who's only at $28 million per season. So this is kind of a weird contract, right? Because, I mean, like we said at the beginning, nobody really expected this to happen. It kind of came out of nowhere because there were reports a couple months ago that the contract extension likely wasn't going to get done this season. I mean, there was talks, but it really didn't make a ton of sense to have it done now. And in my personal opinion, I thought both sides would want to wait a year, right? Because Christian Darrisaw up to this point hasn't played a full healthy season. So I thought from the team's perspective, if you're going to pay big money to such an important position, it's one of those things that you'd want to make sure, like, one more season, play a full year this year, prove to us that you can remain healthy, and then we'll give you the big payday. And from Darrisaw's camp, if he did come out this year and played as well as he has played, cemented himself as one of the top left tackles in football, and stayed healthy for a full season, you think he could have made a lot more money, right? But at the end of the day, again, he is still the highest paid left tackle, highest paid player at his position. So I guess it doesn't necessarily matter. But I just thought from both sides, a next year extension made a lot more sense. And I'm not mad. Like, definitely not mad. Like, this is, as I said, a cornerstone spot. If you have a right-handed quarterback, something you absolutely need. You need a solid left tackle. And when Christian Darrisaw does play, he plays like one of the best. So I'm happy it got done. Surprised, yes, but super pumped that this got done.
Yeah, dude, 100%. And we've talked about this before, popping on here to do this video, that Kwesi's just cooking. He's cooking this whole offseason, grabs your quarterback of the future, locks up the number one wide receiver in the NFL, who's also, hopefully JJ McCarthy, as he progresses the way we all want him to, his number one wide receiver, and then gets his blind side in Christian Darrisaw for the foreseeable future. That's huge for him to go out and do that. Not even to mention like the Dallas Turner stuff and the Grinnard stuff and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, hats off again to Kwesi and going out and making all these moves happen. And like you said, I was surprised too. I thought, like, from how you explained it and from Darrisaw's camp, like, you want to make sure you can stay healthy. But obviously from his position, that's how obvious it is how important his position is, because even with the injury stuff, he still was able to become the highest paid player at his position, which I think is absolutely deserved, because when he is healthy, he's arguably, and a lot of players will say this, arguably the best of left tackle in the entire NFL, but he has to stay healthy. So I think there is, like you said, there's a little bit of a gamble on the side of the Vikings with, like, you just hope this kid stays healthy. But at the same time, we've been looking for a left tackle for years. I don't even know the last time we've had a really good left tackle for the Vikings, probably like Ron Yeri or something like that. One that was like potential all-pro, one of the best at his position in his league. So, I mean, they don't grow on trees. It's obvious. It's just one of those scenarios where you got to pay him. You can't take the risk of losing that because you might never find one again.
Right. So. And then if he does come out this year and he stays healthy and he plays like we all know he can play, like, he might price himself out where the Vikes are like, we can't afford him. So, I mean, and I think it's a win-win for both sides, right? Because Darrisaw gets the financial stability he desires, and the team probably gets him at a much cheaper rate than they would have going into next season if he played well. So I think this is a W. This is a W for all sides. Win for the front office, win for JJ McCarthy, win for Darrisaw. And again, super pumped. Kwesi is, like you said, Kwesi is absolutely cooking. This is a very impressive offseason so far. And now it just all comes down to, it has to work out on the field. And as long as all these guys can stay healthy, man, I think we're looking at some fun building blocks here for this team.
Yeah, speaking of that, I mean, we even brought back, other news, we even brought back fan favorite from a couple years ago, Duke Shelley as well. So 2 moves made today, and getting some much needed depth in that cornerback room for, a guy everybody really liked. So
yeah, but the big news though, Christian Darrisaw is a Viking for the next 4 years. Let us know your thoughts on the Darrisaw extension in the comments. Make sure to drop a like and hit subscribe for us, and we'll see you guys next time right here on the GG Sports Podcast.
Skol Vikes.